What's going on, guys? Oh my Godzilla, back here with a very exciting Godzilla figure review. Guys, today we're taking a look at from Super7 in their Toho Ultimates line. This is Burning Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Destroyah. Really cool, unique figure from Super7, guys. Without further ado, let's jump right in.
Oh my god!
Kind of jumping back in time to when this figure was in its packaging. We kind of have a cool red cracked revealing the figure, and then obviously we have the figure in here with all of our sets of hands, the open mouth head, Burning Godzilla 1995, just says Ultimates on the top. Side look at the figure. Looking at the back of the packaging, really cool poster of Godzilla vs. Destroyah. Pause and feel free to read. Bottom of the packaging, pretty uneventful. Let's go ahead and bust this guy back out. Alrighty, guys, we are back here with our figure. You'll have to forgive me for my voice being a little shot. I did not want to wait on this video any longer. But starting with the detail, guys, the figure looks pretty solid. Good detail starting on the feet. Toe claws painted very accurately. Moving up the leg, I do love what they did with the burning chunks of Godzilla. They look really good. Maybe a little too much gray kind of bleeding in through the chest. Could have gone for those maybe being a little bit less of the gray bleed through, but I think overall it looks very good. Moving up the arms, it looks good. Texture on the figure, it looks very solid. Fingernail claws painted fairly well on our hands. Little bit of detail on the inside of the hands as well there. All of these smoke pieces are actually going to be removable, so you can do the figure if you want to just kind of have him no smoke. That's how we're looking. And then you can add on those pieces as needed. I know it's kind of more screen accurate, guys, to have some of these spines on the backs of the tail and whatnot not glowing. But honestly, I would love a figure so much more, I think, if it just had the glowing all the way through. Again, I know it's not screen accurate, but if this orange was just everywhere on the spines, I think it would just look so much cooler. I would give it a pass on losing some screen accuracy and giving us just all these gorgeous orange spines everywhere. That said, though, guys, the spines where they are orange look super nice. A little bit of translucent you can see going on in there. Really cool texture and color, though. I love how they're kind of dark in the middle, and they come out and kind of lighten up as they get closer to those edges. Give them a really cool kind of melty vibe, especially this top kind of one here. Really good melty vibe there. In terms of the face of this Godzilla, really good looking eyes. I think really captures that Burning Godzilla is just super demonic looking eyes. Really cool. This is the closed mouth head. The teeth look pretty nice, actually. A little bit of room for improvement, I would say, but all things considered, they're very well painted, accurate teeth. I think that's really great. Again, with Super7, for some reason, they find it cheaper than just giving us mouth articulation to give us a open mouth and a closed mouth head. I'm not going to even put the closed mouth head on because I've done it in a couple other videos, but it's exactly the same thing except the mouth's open. Again, eyes look really good. Good detail in there. And then pretty well painted tongue. A little bit of detail on the top of the mouth. Appreciate that some. Maybe we'll put this on head to display him. I'm kind of still wondering which head I should display him with. All my other Super 7s right now are displayed with the mouth open, so I kind of want to go with the mouth closed just to mix it up a bit. But the more I look at this open mouth head, the more I think it actually is probably potentially the better of the two heads. Guys, looking at our smoke, we do have some pretty decent detail on this smoke. Again, just going to kind of be one color, kind of white-gray. This piece is going to go right over his shoulders, like so. Okay, there we got it. So the longer piece goes over the right shoulder. Definitely kind of a pain in the butt. I would not take these on and put them on too often, because even in the packaging when I got this one, damaged piece there, or a little, it stole a little bit of the paint. So I definitely would not move these too often, because I think you could definitely start running into some issues of it stripping your figure, or pulling some of that paint off unintentionally. So two leg pieces, and then this one is kind of a little wrist piece. I really do like the fact that they gave us this smoke effect, kind of a really cool effect for Godzilla. I haven't really ever seen, maybe besides like X pluses and stuff, I haven't ever seen anybody do a figure like this, give it the kind of smoke, especially removable pieces. So that's definitely very cool. But we also have additional hands, as kind of it seems to be typical with Super 7. These are the exact same hands that we've had. We have one kind of Those are kind of the crazy fingers on the figure right now. That's what came on. And then we have this hand, which is just more of a casual, chilling hand. And then we have the balled up fist as well. I gladly would sacrifice all the additional hands for a breath effect. I probably would even sacrifice smoke for a breath effect. I really think it's unfortunate that Super 7 has not been giving us breath effects on any of their figures except for like the Comic-Con exclusive that just came out for the Biogoji. I definitely wish they had been giving us breath effects. It's pretty crazy. They charge $85 and no breath effect and no mouth articulation. Those are kind of my two big complaints. So is this figure worth the $85 that they're asking? I'm torn. I feel like Hiya Toys would do it for cheaper, is where I kind of would draw the comparison. Is that, would Hiya Toys be able to give us something like this for a lot cheaper? Yes. Would I rather this figure be, an inch shorter and maybe even come with just a breath effect and have, maybe the second head to insert the breath effect? Yes. So again, I think this figure may be worth closer to $65. So definitely still kind of the Super 7 overpriced. But this is definitely one of the better Super 7s you've gotten, I think. I'm definitely a big fan of it. I think they did a great job with it. I love the smoke pieces. I love the heads. I love the dorsal fins. These are gorgeous. Probably the best dorsal fins we've gotten on a Super 7, I would say, to date. It is interesting. I just realized these are like, these two pieces back here are fused together. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not, but moving into some articulation, guys. I guess I should have done articulation before I put the smoke pieces back on, but we'll work around it. So our foot's going to get a little pointing and flex bending. A little bit of side to side, not too much though. Knee is going to be able to go kind of from straight out to all the way back to this here. I guess I will pop one smoke piece off to show you our leg articulation. A little bit of in and out. Can kind of comfortably go from that way forward to about there back. So not a ton of leg articulation, but it's enough to get what we need. Torso articulation is going to be really good. Definitely going to be able to go that 360 pretty easily. So that's appreciative. Give us some good posability there. No really up and down, though. He doesn't really bend on that axis. In terms of our shoulder, we do have good in and out of that joint. And easy 360 on the shoulder. At the forearm, the elbow, we can go from straight and we can bend about to there. And this figure's tearing up my gloves. And then that also will rotate 360. And then the wrist has good back and forth articulation as well, with some good swiveling action on it. Also, put that guy back on, and oh, that's the way to do it. It just slides right on and off. I was trying to come from the back. So guys, that piece just slides on and off. Again, the long piece goes on the right shoulder there. In terms of head articulation, and neck, we're gonna have good movement on the base. Not really any down and up though. And then the head, gonna be full 360. And some decent up and down. And this is gonna be where you pop the head off to put on the different mouth head. Click that into place and it's good to go. In terms of tail articulation, guys, Super 7's done a pretty good job of giving us fairly articulate tails, but they do have to get worked into, you have to work them to get the fullest out of them. And they don't do a great job. They do a decent job of up and down, but they do not do a great job of side to side. If you try and go side to side with it, the whole tail just bends. So you really have to kind of bend each joint as you want, and this guy's just not doing anything. So I'm not getting hardly any side to side, so that's definitely a bit of a letdown. Attaching the smoke pieces back on, we are gonna go ahead and size this figure. So guys, our first sizing is gonna be the also brand new Super 7 Toho Ultimates Mechagodzilla 2. Just came out and shipped together. Obviously Mechagodzilla 2 is going to be a lot taller than him, almost a full head taller than him, but actually that's kind of how I like it. I like my Godzilla enemies to be taller than Godzilla himself, so I think I like this sizing pretty well. I'm glad Super 7 made this figure a large size. Next up is going to be the first Super 7 Godzilla we had in their reaction line, or in their Ultimates line, excuse me. This is the Biogoji 1989. Obviously going to be basically the same figure, but just this one doesn't have the burning paint and the clouds. So just wanted to show that off, that they're, you know, they're going to be the same figure. Super 7 has re-released the same figure with different paint schemes and stuff like 4 times. Rose form Biolante. Pretty decent sizing there. Gives Biolante room to grow into her full size. Pretty decent scaling there. This is the NECA Burning Godzilla. Obviously, NECA did more of a 6-inch scale figure, whereas Super 7 is closer to 8. So obviously not going to scale quite to size, but I just wanted to show the two of them off kind of side by side. I do not own a SH Monster Arts Burning Godzilla figure that's not from the MonsterVerse, so I just grabbed the Spitfire version of their GMK Godzilla just to kind of show you off a SH Monster Arts scaling next to these Super 7s. This is Haya Toys MonsterVerse Burning Godzilla. Obviously, again, not in the same scaling. Haya Toys kind of does a 7-inch, whereas Super 7 is a 8. And then obviously it's Toho versus MonsterVerse, but just wanted to show you off that sizing. This is the Bandai Japan Meltdown Godzilla 8-inch figure. Gonna obviously be a little taller even than our Super 7. And last but not least, this is a 2017 reissue of the Burning Godzilla Movie Monster Series 6-inch figure. So definitely going to be a lot smaller, but I also wanted to show you how those two figures would size next to one another. Alrighty, folks, there has been our Super 7 Toho Ultimates Burning Godzilla figure from Godzilla vs. Destroyah. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Because again, I'm still a little torn as this figure's worth the full $85. I'd probably lean a little closer to not quite, but if you think you're going to like this figure, you probably will. I'm not disappointed that I spent the money on it, even though it is a little steep. I'm glad I picked it up, especially because once the Super 7 figures, you know, they kind of make these to order. So if you missed the pre-order, there's a chance you're paying secondhand prices, which is going to be even more. So if you think you're interested in these figures, just buy them when they come out, and if you don't like it, you can probably pawn it off for at least what you got it for. That's kind of the line I've drawn for the Super 7s. I'm definitely glad I picked this one up. It's really cool. I love the smoke, and I really love these spines. These are amazing. I think they're very gorgeous. Guys, thank you so much for bearing with me through my wacky voice. Hopefully I am back on the positive side of things very soon, but I did not want to wait any longer to get this review out to you guys because this figure is just too cool. And I wanted to be able to get this review out early for you all. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this figure in the comment section below. Stay tuned for more, and we'll see you in the next one.